Despite their seemingly pristine reputation among hardcore fans, Rockstar Games is not immune to the occasional screw-up, and in 2021, they screwed up badly. Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy Definitive Edition was supposed to be the ultimate tribute to 3 of the greatest games we had seen during the 6th console generation: Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
So keep your hands on the wheel. If you don't mess this up, maybe there'll be more work for you. Now get out of here.
All under one roof, upscaled, refined, and forever preserved on modern hardware. With the prestige these 3 games carry, one would hope Rockstar would make sure these versions were immaculate to a T. Alas, that was not the case, as these iterations would become the most embarrassing outing for the publisher. Horrid PC launchers seemed like a thing of the past now, so what went wrong? And have these games been fixed since launch?
One thing you gotta realize about this town, you gotta pack some heat. A local gun shop's a couple of blocks away.
Welcome to MojoPlays. My name is Ty, and today we're taking a look at the state of the GTA Trilogy remasters at launch and how they are today.
You haven't forgotten about us, have you, boy?
Hell no, Officer Tenpenny. I was just wondering what took y'all so long.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Before we even knew of the remasters existing, Rockstar Games had hired longtime external partner Grove Street Games to spend 2 whole years getting the trilogy looking spiffy on PlayStation 4 and the soon-to-be-released PlayStation 5. Prior to the project, Grove Street Games had been responsible for the Xbox 360 ports of San Andreas in 2014, which saw scrutiny from fans for glitchy cutscenes, inconsistent technical performance, and a severely leaner soundtrack. It didn't help that the whole port was basically just the mobile version running on a console. Call it a lazy cash grab for easy money, call it money saving on the company's part. Either way, Grove Street Games already had a notorious reputation back then when they were known as Wardrum Studios, and it would carry with them even after their rebrand in 2020.
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush. Harry and Lee are dead.
You better be kidding me, Tommy! Tell me you still got the money.
Perhaps this rebrand, along with the impending remasters, would mark a new era for the developer, and with the implementation of AI to help cut down on development costs and speed up the process, maybe this could become a true innovation in the industry.
Man, are you a buster?
Nah, I'm down, homie.
GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition was already being set up for mass scrutiny by its own publisher, though.
Luigi said to give you this, so here, take it.
There's a new high on the street. Goes by the name of Spank.
Before its launch, Rockstar Games had begun delisting all pre-existing versions across all storefronts, these versions being straight ports of the PlayStation 2 originals. Even with the public outcry from various corners of the internet, Rockstar Games proceeded with the delistings in October 2021. With a big move like this, one would understandably expect the new versions to be clean as a whistle upon release. Launch for GTA Trilogy finally came on November 11th, 2021.
Oh, Beverly be so proud of you, boy!
And what do you suppose players were given in exchange for their hard-earned $60? A trio of the most botched remasters in video game history. Just how bad was it? Well, we decided to revisit this for ourselves. Thanks to owning a physical copy of the game, all I had to do was disconnect my PS5 from my internet, insert the disc, and let the install process do its thing. Once all was said and done, I began my descent into the madness with the on-disc version 1.02. Sounds exaggerated, but trust me, madness perfectly describes the original state of all 3 games. To start off, I booted up Grand Theft Auto 3, which probably had the most prolific problems of the trilogy. At launch, many players reported just how bad the rain effects were, making it nearly impossible to drive during the opening section of the game. Another prolific glitch was how swerving back and forth in a car would cause it to slowly enlarge horizontally, and only horizontally. Oddly enough, my experience did not contain either glitch. That isn't to say these glitches were entirely fabricated or just untrue. I could have simply been one of the few people to get a copy that wasn't completely botched. Emphasis on completely because I still faced some problems of my own.
Senor Dickhead, it's no problem to kill you. You're gonna be sorry.
During my time with this definitive version of GTA 3, I did not encounter any heavy rain, nor did I manage to replicate the vehicle glitch. Instead, I got some of the strangest traffic I had experienced, stranger than the litany of traffic and driving violations I see in my own home state of Florida. NPCs seemed to have a habit of just walking wherever they wanted to, regardless of crosswalks and traffic intersections. Like, I spotted a few people running in the middle of the road alongside vehicles or deliberately running straight into oncoming traffic. It's like all the brains just disappeared. I even had a weird instance where a crowd was trying to follow me into Ammo Nation and wound up blocking the doorway for me. Other times, I would see cars merging onto oncoming traffic to pass other vehicles, even on 2-lane roads. Driving around Liberty City was just super frustrating in general, as the smallest bumps could severely compromise my vehicle. Personally, I don't remember vehicles being this fragile in the original game, and they certainly weren't this fragile when I finally went back online and updated to the latest version.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Admittedly, the patch that was put out in late 2024 didn't seem to change my experience all that much. Traffic and NPC pathing was noticeably improved, with less road rage and traffic jams. However, this improvement came at a cost, with cops being way more aggressive than they were at launch.
Alright, we're gonna hit the payroll van. It leaves the edge of Chinatown every day. Bullets won't even dent the van's armor, so get a car and ram it off the road.
To give you an example, let's look at one of the very first missions of the game, Van Heist. This mission requires you to ram into an armored van enough times to scare the driver away and hijack it before driving it into a garage in Portland Harbor. No matter what you do, this mission will net you 2 stars on the wanted system. In version 1.02, the botched version, I managed to do this job with very little trouble. I even earned myself a 3rd star after running over pedestrians. I still managed to make it to the garage with little to no issue. In version 1.007, the supposed fixed version, cops were able to pull me out of cars even if I was already stepping on the gas. I was even getting chased by way more cops than I did in the botched version. And this aggression would sometimes skyrocket at just 1 star. Sure, the game looks significantly better, but damn, am I really gonna have to resort to cheats if the AI is going to be this oppressive on just 1 star? Eventually, I called it quits on GTA 3 and was ready to move on to Vice City.
I think we have a deal, my friend.
Oh, shit!
I had seen enough. This is the GTA game, though, that I had more interest in personally on account of its star-studded cast and how Vice City is heavily inspired by mafia movies and Miami in the 1980s. In other words, I just like the vibe, and I like mafia movies. So why wouldn't this be for me? Unfortunately, playing between version 1.02 and version 1.007 didn't feel all that different from each other. In both versions, driving still felt awful, with some vehicles feeling like ice boxes on wheels, and others being stingy on their handling. Visually, version 1.007, again the fixed version, looks like it was more in line with GTA's art style at the time, thanks to the addition of details like facial wrinkles, 5 o'clock shadows, and just better lighting overall. So if you thought Tommy and Ken looked hideous in the 2021 launch version, they look more definitive in the latest version.
Buenas noches. I understand you are here on the behalf of Mr. Rosenberg. I hope any recent problems have not affected his health or mental well-being, Mr.
Versetti. He's just got a touch of agoraphobia.
Early on, my time with Vice City was relatively normal between both versions, until I got past the scene where Tommy is introduced to some of the other crime bosses and celebrities on the yacht.
Okay. What could I do for you?
This delivery company's got its depot on some prime land. They won't sell.
After that, I had an experience similar to my time with GTA 3, but in a much worse state. In both versions, I witnessed hit and runs constantly being committed, even by the cops. Traffic lights and lampposts were being run over at almost every turn. Crowds would run into each other and eventually try to kill one another. I didn't even turn on the riot mode cheat, I swear. So how or why this maddening behavior occurred within the NPCs is beyond me. As far as missions went, I didn't face anything as grueling as GTA 3 when I hit the van heist mission. Flight controls still suck, but you can't do much about that. I can confirm though that I did not see any disappearing cars, no glitched textures, no frame drops, none of that. Just NPC behavior. Yeah, that was pretty much the only glaring issue I came across. That alone made Vice City feel like I was living out some weird episode of the Twilight Zone.
Would you like a drop of the old Kentucky?
No thanks.
A clean thinker. I like that.
And now we've come to the younger, more accomplished brother of the trilogy, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
I'll take that, Hernandez. Hey, that's my paper, man. That's money.
Arguably the best entry in the entire GTA franchise with its story, characters, and world design. Of the remastered trilogy, it was arguably the worst in the trio, with its disfigured character models, bugged animations, glitched textures, bizarre NPC behavior, and missing assets. Come on, when Ryder is saying he's embarrassed to be seen with us while he's looking like a gangsta Gumby,
And a haircut. It's embarrassing to be seen with you.
how can you ignore all of the other problems San Andreas had in this form? Indeed, the visuals alone were the worst part about San Andreas in the botched 1.02 version. From the lighting to the character models to the texture work, just about everything in San Andreas looked off. It was on par with early 90s CGI animation, but that's not exactly a look you want to go for in a 2021 remaster of a 2004 game.
Ball is turf. You dogs ready?
Yeah, for sure. I'm ready.
Carl, just concentrate on the driving, and we'll take care of the shooting.
But what about the supposed fixed version of the game, version 1.007? Well, in my time with all three versions in their fixed forms, not only does San Andreas look the best, it has also been remedied of almost all of its problems.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Almost. While the character models still look a little weird, this is a PlayStation 2 game. We need to remember that. A remaster can only fix so much, you know? But Ryder at least no longer looks like Stretch Armstrong, and Big Smoke's hand doesn't go through the barrel of his Uzi anymore. Graphically speaking, San Andreas looks the most stunning it has ever been, with its detailed textures and enhanced resolution. The only oddity I came across was a car wedged in between a house and one of the bridges outside of Grove Street. Other than that, the game seemed to be functioning as it intended, which I feel more confident to say here than I do with the other two games. Honestly, I almost forgot I was recording footage for this video and was about to try to blast through the first third of the game.
Man, this set tripping is killing the families. You did good back there.
Hey, I'm a Johnson boy.
Overall, all three games look way better than they did at launch. So whatever Rockstar did in the 3 years between launch and the 2024 patch seemed to do the trick. Unfortunately, I don't know if nailing 1 out of 3 games is enough to deem this trilogy as fixed. Not when I'm seeing strange NPC behavior in 2 separate games with unnatural fluctuations in aggression and random decimation of traffic intersections and pedestrians. That said, I'd only buy this trilogy now if it were on sale or if I was just really wanting to play San Andreas.
Ah, man, I won't let you down. I swear.
Hey, we gonna call some hood rats and chill the hell out. You want some?
Honestly though, this whole situation kind of paints a concerning picture for Rockstar Games and Grove Street Games in terms of their relationship. The two companies have worked together for well over 20 years, primarily in developing mobile ports for some of Rockstar's most notable games. However, the rushed development, the use of AI to cut corners and properly updating visuals, and the questionable pathfinding made a major stain on not just GSG's reputation, but Rockstar's as well.
Vice City is 20
24 karat gold these days. The Colombians, the Mexicans, hell, even those Cuban refugees are cutting themselves a piece of some nice action.
Rockstar will, of course, and has survived this blot, and folks will buy GTA 6 regardless of how they perceive the trilogy here. As for Grove Street, there has clearly been some hurt feelings from one party, judging from the CEO's statements made after GSG was removed from the opening splash screens of each game. From where this writer stands, it wouldn't be a surprise if this trilogy is the last time Grove Street Games and Rockstar work together.
We gotta deal with a cat that always been there for us.
Emmett, Seville Boulevard families. We ain't too close these days, but nonetheless, I'll take you to see him.
Or if Grove Street Games is hired again in the future, with a big asterisk restricting them to only work on mobile ports. Either that, or Grove Street just works with Studio Wildcard on the mobile versions of Ark Survival Evolved from this point forward, at least until they can find another powerhouse partner to work with.
But right now, we gotta take care of our business. Go see your brother at the cemetery. Come on, let's bounce.
But tell me, have you gotten to play any of the new versions of GTA Trilogy? What has your experience been like? Let us know down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.